Hey, so today we're going to continue with the gratitude, but instead of me just listing things I'm grateful for, I'm going to list some situations and why you should be grateful in those situations. So, first off, if you are married or in love, or have someone who loves you the way you love them, soulmate, partner, whatever the situation is, you should be so grateful for that, because it's really rare that people find someone and that they, match up, and just be grateful if you have love or marriage or a partner that loves you the way you love them. And on the other side of the coin, if you're breaking up with someone that you thought you had that with, or that you maybe knew you shouldn't have been with, it's hard to be grateful, but just know that you have to love yourself and get rid of toxic people to find that person that is your match. So be grateful that in the future you'll be able to be ready if that person comes along. And then if you have children, planned, unplanned, whatever, if you have kids, you should be grateful for them, nurture them, they're the future. We need to take care of our kids better in this country. We need to do a lot better for our kids. And I'm very grateful for the kids, because without kids, we got no generations coming along. So should be grateful for, if you have kids, be grateful for yours. I don't have any. I think kids are awesome. I want them. I don't have them. Kind of happy I hadn't had any yet, but one day. Pandemic. Want to be grateful for this pandemic, huh? No, you don't. But think about this. We lost our jobs. Everything's closed. California, I'm talking about. It's just lockdown, new normal, whatever you want to call it. But for me, I'm grateful because I had time to think about myself, to work on myself, to make changes and put in actions that just have changed my life in a lot of ways, and changed the way I think about things even, and also made me meet people in different ways too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going out meeting people physically, but I've met some friends that I consider very good friends, and I've never met them, but I've, met them the way I'm talking to you right here. So that's why I'm grateful for the pandemic. Obviously I'm sad for all the loss of life and work, and there's a lot, but I'm grateful that I had the time to really assess myself. Addiction is another thing with this pandemic. There's been more people dying from overdoses than COVID, many more. So if you're in addiction, just be grateful there is a way out. There's a format, there's a plan, there's multiple ways out. You just have to be willing, and if you have that little seed, you got it, and you have to just look outside of yourself to something greater than yourself, whatever you want to call it. I'm not telling you God, I'm not telling you the universe, but I'm just saying, not you, something else, and there's a way out. And then if you have been addicted or are in recovery or working on recovering, be grateful for that, because that's such a blessing, because addiction is terrible, and one of the most painful things you can deal with, mentally, physically, just life, everything. So if you're out of that and you were in that, you got something to be grateful for big time today, And the last thing I'm going to say is, if you truly love yourself, like for real, you love yourself, and you make choices based on that, and you cut people out based on that, and you just live according to loving yourself first, and then in turn loving others, be grateful that you have the spiritual ability to do that, because I'm working on it. It's very hard, but we all need to love ourselves before we can love each other. That's super cliche, but also totally true, because if you don't love yourself at least a little bit, how are you going to love someone else? You might like them or lust them, but you can't give love that you don't have. So loving yourself, if you love yourself, be grateful you love yourself. I'm grateful I love myself, and I'm still working on it. I don't know how much of myself I love. It could be just half of my right leg, but it feels better than it did before. And this is going on pretty long, so I'm going to finish it on that and just say, if you watched all this, thank you. It's 4 minutes long or 5 minutes long, but I just wanted to put it up there, because you know what? I think that it's important to like try to think about things differently and try to look towards a bright future. And I'm grateful for that ability that I have. I'm grateful for what I see as a future for myself. And I just wanted to tell you guys a few situations and experiences that maybe you can relate to, maybe not. But I'm talking too long already and I'm just rambling, so I'll tell you guys bye now, and that I love you all. Peace, love, hugs, all that good stuff. See you guys next time. Bye.